Let's stream. Today, it's time to stream. How is everybody doing? How is everybody doing today, Samantha? Deep cleaning your home whilst listening today seems to be a common theme here. A lot of people cleaning, working in RV roofs. Michelle? You better head home, Tater. Why would you say a thing like that? Because you gotta clean. Caden Thunder, I'm listening from 5 feet away today. Indeed. Indeed, you are. What's up, Terabyte? Samantha, Joshua, hello, hello. Banshee, hi there, hi there. Working on baking some sourdough. Hey, there you go. Giggling Ellen, broom in a dustpan. Conversation, what should our Halloween costumes be? We've talked about it one day, and we don't have very good ideas right now. So, Miss Prissy Fit says, no, Tater better stay. She's going to stay. Except she is going to leave at some point to go grab Navy Thunder and then bring Navy Thunder back, and Navy Thunder's going to hang out with us for a little bit. She may jump on and say hello. And she's got something really funny that she's been saying that we really want her to say on stream. I don't know if she'll do it, though. Find out. Travis and Taylor, Granny D says. Travis and Taylor.
We did that.
Did we do that? I don't remember. We've worn a lot of costumes. Kid is going to be Roomy and you're going to be Derpy. Demon Huntrix. Terabyte. Cutie characters from Finding Nemo. Dusty needs to be Crush. He crushed the turtle. Sahasrala Candy. Fane. Thanks so much for the love. Greatly appreciate the gifts. Thank you. As Plunda with a share. Thank you for that. Greatly appreciate that. If you are just jumping in TikTok side, please remember to share the stream. Greatly appreciate it. Sabs can barely decide on your own costumes. Dog and you are going as Demon Slayer characters. I bet that's going to be a very common one this year.
Spice Girls.
Buff Shaggy and Female Shaggy from Scooby-Doo 2 in June. Sarah Jane Evans, Dark Lord of all Minions, and Krista Museum Girl. Sabs all with the shares. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciate it. T-shirt saying Jack. Your family, The Incredibles. The Incredibles would be fun. Children Raindrops. We've done something close to that too. Yeah, I had like a shirt with like a. Yeah, with like a. Yeah, it was fun. I talked about potentially doing Obi-Wan. I'm just looking for an excuse to buy a lightsaber after going to Hollywood Studios. And I don't think it's happening. I could pull off an Obi-Wan pretty well, but like I don't have a good Candy Thunder companion to that costume, so I don't think that one's happening. Moira and Johnny, Pug Mom. I'd be Moira and you'd be Johnny. Oh. And Candy Thunder t-shirt saying Jack's total lack of surprise. Brozo and Bizzo, not sure what they'd look like though. That would work. Rain, yeah, we're going live. You're on the way out the door to go grocery shopping. Oh no, there you go. Yeah, get some headphones or just leave us on speaker. What's up? We can. What? I got some pit stains going on or something. I know. I have like a razor bumpy ingrown hair type thing. You thought it was a hickey? No, it's like it's a shaving on vacation wound. You're gonna be able to operate on that at some point. An astronaut in a black hole. I'll be the black hole. Yeah. At least thanks for the hundo bolts there. Allie Bean with the hundo as well. Thank you. Crystal Museum Girl dropping the bolts too. Thank you. Marissa, happy birthday to the one from yesterday. The one from yesterday. Oh, Rain. Yeah. Happy Godshacking birthday, Rain. And now you're leaving, right? Hopper and Joyce. Oh, that would be good. We could do that. Sonny and Cher. Hopper and Joyce. Yeah, that could work. Caden be Vecna. No, we'll make you Will. We'll just give you a really bad haircut. You'll have to shave your beard. Yeah, nothing that I have to shave my beard for. That's for sure. Be different levels of Ascon for doing a family one. So I've got the astronaut costume, and we did the Maverick themed ones. We did Hopper and Joyce would be good. Yep, I'll have to get like an old school sheriff's costume. Luna Lovegood and Dumbledore. I think how Candy Thunder's a student, and I'm like the oldest professor there is. Luna Lovegood and Dumbledore. Soa and Vala from How to Train Your Dragon. How to Train Your Dragon would be good. Yeah, we can use some temporary spray paint on Luna and make her toothless. Oh man. Adventures with Pam dropping the 139. Thank you so much. Mariah, Wally, and Eve. That'd be fun. TikTok taking us with you. Good. There you go. McKay dropping the 5. Candy could be Padme or Satine Kryze to your Obi-Wan. So we talked about this. We talked about how she could be Padme. Yeah, or Satine. There could be. Yeah, there are some possibilities there. I don't know. The look that I'm getting from her right now. That's just your look today? Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to Candy Thunder. Here she be.
I better set up.
Here be the tater. She's tired.
I am very tired.
She's tired. I think we're both battling some weird post-travel like nausea crap. So we ended up, moving the YouTube members only from last night to Thursday night, which I think works better for most people anyway. But it's just still battling the post-vacation exhaustion. It's a weird thing.
Yeah, I'm very tired.
I think Tater needs to like shotgun a Diet Coke. I
meant to grab coffee on the way out the door because that really like jazzes me up, but I forgot, obviously.
We need a Starbucks run. Stat.
I'll be
Stat.
Fine. I'll be fine.
It was a good vacay. It was, yeah, vacation lag. That sounds about right. Also, check this out. I have this.
Lord of the Rings.
I have this for you, mostly to use later when Navy. And I'll be Gandalf. mostly in a little bit here whenever Navy Thunder shows up too. But we've got a solo candy scene here now.
That's terrifying.
We've got a solo candy scene for y'all.
That's terrifying.
So
I do love the little candy things, though. Those are pretty cute.
Yeah.
Make me smaller.
Here we go. Back to normal fun size here. Yeah, so we got a new scene that's just all Candy Thunder.
It's fun size and full size. Okay, that's funny. I like that.
Fun size and full size. Heck yeah. Caden Thunder, says he's going to be Butcher from The Boys.
I read that from over here as Backstreet Boys. You should be all 5.
The Backstreet Boys, that'd be great. Terabyte, your baby has a 6-month check-in tomorrow. It's going to be a busy day between that work, normal stuff, and the live. Oh, 6-month check-in. Do they do shots at that one? I don't know.
It's been too long.
Baby shots are always no fun. It's just like tappity tap tap. Yep. Tappity tap tap. Be the couple from the Coldplay concert. There you go.
That I'm down for.
Anytime somebody asks us who we are, we just look really embarrassed, like we're not with each other. That would be good. And the Roshko dropping the Go Popular in the Heart Me. Thank you so much for that. Rick and Lori Grimes. That could work too. It's a little dated, but it could work. Aragorn and Erwin. Ken and Barbie. Yeah. Lord of the Rings, no shaving required. I do like that. That could work. Beetlejuice. Oh, yeah. Pug Mom, I double checked the app and I have them all set up on our side. I don't know why they aren't showing up for everybody, but they are showing up for some people. So if you are part of the storm on the TikTok side, check and see if you have the see if you have the emotes, because I confirmed I have them set up. They've been approved. They're there. I don't know I don't know what their deal is. But there's also a lot of broken shit on TikTok right now that I don't know if they're in a big hurry to fix. It's kind of in another limbo state, right? We'll see. Sarah Rosales with the roses. Thank you, Janine Benham, Katriana as well. Victoria, thank you. Greatly appreciate that. CT Civil doesn't have them. Yeah, most people don't have them. I don't know what. They showed up for a minute whenever the change first started happening around the 15th. I don't know. Yeah, happy October to you as well, Roses. Happy. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started here, ladies and gentlemen. Coming up, we have stories about forcing kids to quit their jobs, uncomfortable double dates, honoring final wishes, leaving family of wedding guest lists, leaving family off wedding guest lists, hiding contact lenses, ruining dinner with family. We also have spicy stories, cake stories, and mother-in-law stories. That's right, it's Wednesday. So it's a fun interactive stream where you guys have some unlocks here. The first goal on the TikTok side is 4K bolts for a cake story. And on the YouTube side, we have a super goal of 15 $5 and up supers to start for a wild, spicy story and confetti. Share goal this week, TikTok side is 15 hundo shares. We greatly rely on them. Thank you so much for the love there. Don't forget there are new episodes of The Imperfect Storms and Thunder and Spark available on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Have you checked them out yet? Those came out while we were gone last week during the normal times. What did I do wrong? You gave me this look.
Tony, I heard the teaser and I was like, I think we already read that story.
Oh, no.
He's slow to the draw.
Oh, no. There was a story we've already read on here that we got to call an audible to replace now. Oh, no. Callie, yeah, they were there one day, but not anymore. I don't know. I don't know what their deal is. It's wild. It is wild. We will be doing a YouTube exclusive live, YouTube members only live tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Central. If you're a member of the Gotcha and Thunder crew over there, mark your calendars, 9 p.m. Central tomorrow night from the home studio. We'll be there, which means that we may have some kids pop in as well. We do want to take just a moment to talk about some sad news in the Thunder crew and the storm that we learned about last week while we were out. We did receive word that a longtime member of the storm, Miss Helene, passed away unexpectedly. And our hearts go out to her and her family, especially her 4 kids, as they deal with this difficult loss. We're sending all the vibes and the love your direction, all the love and the vibes from the Thunder crew and the Thunder family specifically to theirs. So, damn. Yeah. We'll miss Helene. A reminder today, keep chat positive and respectful. Of course, everybody is allowed to have their own opinion. We're not all going to agree, but it costs nothing to be a decent human being. As a reminder, our opinions are based on our worldview shaped by our lives. No one is going to have the same one. We don't expect you to agree with us, but we do expect you to be respectful to everybody's opinions here. And if you can't do that, you're going to get your butt muted, if not booted. Same thing will happen if you try to spoil stories. You're going to get muted or booted there too. So with that, get out your gosh second bros. What, Batman? You missed the last live, but popped in to say you're preggers. Another Dusty fan in the making. Hell yeah. That is awesome. Hell yeah. Muted, not booted. There you go. There you go. We'll dedicate today's stream to Miss Helene's memory. Beetlejuice and Lydia. That would be a good one. That would be good. Katriana, thank you so much. Caitlin, Pelletier, Art, Droshko, Amy Castro, thank you. Amy Castro dropping the bolts there too. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciate it, guys. All right, we'll dive into our very first story here. Ladies and gents, title of this one is, Am I the Astronaut for Making My Son Quit His Part-Time Job to Go on Our Family Vacation? We should start a poll for this one. I've lost my Tater. Where did Tater go? Are you starting a poll for us, Tony Spark? Okay, thanks. Am I the astronaut for making my son quit his part-time job to go on our family vacation? Having to quit a job for that seems awfully extreme. I don't know. This is an IDFK for me right now. I don't quite know what to think of it. I'm going to go ask on 3. I feel like it's probably a YTA. I don't know how bad. I'm going to go ask on 3 just off rip here. Just go off rip here. Marvelous Miss Christine. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm actually using some mastering that is by Waves Audio inside of OBS. There's an extension from OBS for Waves Audio that I bring my mastering effects rack in. Geek talk. Sorry. Didn't hear the title. That's why you guessed NTA. It is Am I the Astronaut for Making My Son Quit His Part-Time Job to Go on Our Family Vacation? Seems a little assholey, doesn't it, Tater? Mm-hmm. You haven't read the story, right? So you can guess with me, too? I'm at AskCon 3, just because I don't really know what the hell's going on yet. We shall see.
Poll results are 37 or almost 38% AskCon 2, 24% AskCon 1, and 20% AskCon 3.
Okay.
So not very many NTAs.
All right. It's kind of spread around there. She doesn't know, but I'm going to go full screen Candy anytime she's reading those from now on. All right. My husband and I have 3 children, a 16-year-old son and 2 daughters, 13 and 10. Our son got a part-time job as a lifeguard at a pool back in March. We live in South Florida, so the pools are open pretty much always. It was a good job for him. He liked it and was happy to have the money. The issue was that his boss was an ass about giving time off. Our family takes a yearly vacation to this little beach house we rent for a year. We've done this since the year I was pregnant with my son. Of course, the kids all love it and look forward to it. Well, my son told his boss about the week when he signed up, but because that was only 6 weeks after he started there, he denied it. We made it clear that he was still going. It's just a part-time job, and there are a million of those. He protested, but we made him go, and his boss fired him. Red flagging here, because look, I mean, if this is a Kobayashi Maru, you're 16. Yeah, the boss is an ass, obviously, but if your 16-year-old is like, I don't want to go, I'd like to keep my job. Forcing a kid to go on vacation that doesn't want to go on vacation, I think, is just asking for trouble, too. He was furious the entire time. He refused to do any family stuff or listen to us, so he was grounded when he got back. That's why. It's not that we don't trust him to stay home alone or anything like that. We just don't want him to prioritize work over family, especially a weekend job. He found a job at another pool 2 weeks later, so it's not like this impacted him in any way, but he still holds a grudge about it. He claims we did not respect his choices, and he's right. We don't respect him trying to choose his job over family time, though we don't hold it against him since he's just a teen. I don't think the issue here, OP, is that you might hold something against him. I think the issue here is that he holds something against you. Thoughts, Tater Rooney?
I mean, yeah, I think what she said, like you took away his choice, his ability to choose. It's his job. He got hired to do the job. And I think at that point his choice should be taken into consideration. And if not, respecting what he chose to do. And I think biggest asshole in the story for me is fucking boss, who it's a part-time job and like won't let him off work for that. But,
agreed.
But I do think the mom is this dad, whoever was OP, but I think you're neglecting responsibility for your son and allowing him to uphold what he said he would do when he took that job. And I don't think it teaches the right thing, especially if he's so against what you're making him do.
And that's the bigger problem here for me, is that, the boss was an ass. That's clear. So like taking him anyway, if he was all for it.
Yes, absolutely.
If he was all for
absolutely.
that, I'd be like, yeah, cool. Boss is a dick, like work it out. Maybe he won't have a job to come back to, but if this boss is that big of an ass, maybe that's a blessing anyway.
Right.
But the problem with taking a kid on vacation who doesn't want to go on vacation, regardless of the reason.
Bingo.
Is that you are just accepting the risk of ruining the vacation for everybody because you've got an angsty teenager who doesn't want to be there and is going to make that known every second of every damn day. So you made that choice too whenever you chose to force him to come along here. Now, when it comes to the whole of how could this have been avoided, I think rather than telling his boss about this vacation right after he got hired, talking about it in the hiring process would have been smart. That way it's a condition of hire, right? That way it's
And that's-
I would love to have this job, but I cannot work at this time. And then he's known about it ahead of time instead of after he's already hired, which is problematic.
I think that they were trying to teach him your job is not as important and as your family time, and it's not, but that also has to be his choice to want to show up for family time. It has to be his choice to be present and to want to be there. And when you force someone to be somewhere they don't want to be, like, you make everyone miserable, yourself included. So I think instead of helping him prioritize his responsibilities and whatever that looked like for him, they taught him, like, his boss was an asshole and did nothing to help. His parents then turned around and played the opposite card, which was like did nothing and taught him nothing. And I feel sorry for this kid because he did not get a say in anything that he was doing.
Right.
So
right. You didn't win anything here, folks.
No.
He's not going to want to go with you next year. He's not going to want to do anything with you moving forward. Like, you created distance here. And I don't think it was the lesson you were trying to teach. I don't think that's what came across here. And that's a problem. You're going to have to address that at some point here. And we're also making some assumptions that, like, him staying or him wanting to stay meant that there was enough of a support network there for him to not be completely alone.
well, she said it was an issue of him
it's not an issue of him. Like
staying for him wasn't an issue, but yet they still forced his hand when he didn't want to do that. Yeah. And I think when you're getting so close to your child becoming an adult, you have to let them make choices and you have to prioritize them making choices, even if those choices are going to turn into mistakes, because they have to understand the process that goes into it, and the choice that they made led them to X, Y, and Z. And they did not give their son that choice. And I think the boss is a straight up ask on one, because I strongly dislike people that act like that to teenagers. I think it's such bullshit. So that's personal feelings
and it
on
was
that.
6 weeks out.
Right.
There's plenty of time to work around it. It's not like it was a last minute
No,
thing.
that's a control thing. And I fucking hate people that treat teenagers like that.
Yep. And this kid has controlling adults everywhere he looks now.
That's exactly the point. And then the mom, dad, whoever this is, and said, you had a fine line to walk, and you just completely drove into a ditch, in my opinion.
He had a fine line to walk and instead drove into a ditch.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
they definitely went the wrong direction.
Yeah.
Dude, it's Nikki dropped the 10 bomb on the YouTube side and said, look, I only work weekends to pay my... Oh, sorry, it moved on me. To pay my bills, I cannot schedule anything that puts me off work. So yeah, the parents are assholes. He didn't want to go, period. They didn't let him make the decision. Agreed. Elise dropping the 5 bomb says, I get we only get so many summers with the kids, but this is how you ensure he won't take vacations in adulthood with you. 100%. Dr. Sweets dropped the 10 bomb, said, I understand where parents are coming from. I would say ask on 2 or 3. However, I think it's more that parents didn't want to accept that their baby is grown. Also messed up that they punished him. Yeah, so punishing him is another deal here. Punishing him for, like, he got grounded when he came back. Holy shit.
Got fired and grounded and had to go on a vacation he didn't want to go on.
I think as parents, we have to pause sometimes and say, is the lesson that we're trying to teach the lesson that's being received? Because here it is not. The lesson they were trying to teach was family comes before money, right? You shouldn't choose your job over family, especially like sacred annual family time. You shouldn't do that. Now, listen, this is where we have to think ahead a little bit and say, if we force him to go, he's going to be miserable the whole time. He's going to punish us. We're going to get mad enough to punish him. When he gets back, it's going to be a no-win for anybody. If we let him stay, he'll work, come home to an empty house, and he'll miss his family and think about all the fun that we're having there on vacation. And he'll then learn that lesson that we want him to learn, that there is a cost to choosing money over family. You have to let him experience the lesson to learn the lesson. You tried to force him into the after learning the lesson part of the process, and it doesn't work like that for kids. Like, they have to,
especially 16-year-olds.
They have to feel the pain for themselves, and they assume that we don't know shit.
100%. They think everything that you do is wrong.
Right.
Everything that you say is stupid.
They think
and your generation sucks.
We came from a world that was completely different than theirs. And everything that they experience is new and we've never seen before. So, like, we came from some kind of old time Disney like fabricated steampunk land where, nothing is the same. So
fucking true.
So you do have to think about, like, is the lesson I'm trying to teach the lesson that's being received? I think if they had asked themselves this, it could have been avoided, or the real lesson could have been learned here.
Where do you put the parents? 2 or 3.
Let's talk about the scale for a minute because it's been a minute. And if you're new here, this is the GASCON scale. It's based on the U.S. military's DEFCON scale, where 1 is the worst, 4 is the least severe. So ASCON 1 is you're a terrible human. 2 is you definitely shouldn't have done that. 3 is you should have done it differently. 4 is you could have done it differently. So could have, should have, definitely shouldn't have, and you're a terrible human. I'm at 2. You definitely shouldn't have done this. Because not only did it do the opposite of what you were wanting it to do, but the ripple effects from this go wildly in the opposite direction. And now you've only done your relationship with your son harm. And now he's going to rebel against this adult control even harder. So I'm at ASCON 2. There we go.
Someone asked if we were in the same location.
We are in the same location. It's not my hand. My hands are here. We are. We're right next to each other. Right next to each other. Kelly, so leave your kid home alone from the family as everybody's out of state. Okay. Well,
I mean, do what you want.
Like we said a minute ago, we're making some assumptions there that there's at least some kind of support network there. But she said, OP said herself, him staying behind alone is not the issue. So there is some kind of support network there to make that okay, some safety measures built in there, right? That wouldn't be the issue. Also, as a 16-year-old, like at what points are you able to survive a few days on your own in a fully furnished house with everything that you need? And emergency contacts, and you know what I mean? Like,
His mom wasn't there to wipe his ass.
All right, we're going to dive into our next story here, ladies and gents. What'd you say? You're tired? I'm shocked. There's some 5-hour energy in the fridge. There's some Monster tea in the fridge. Got a gummy in the drawer, but I don't think it's going to do you any good. My parents did that and would meal prep for me. Gomez, there you go. Like, I think planning ahead, like, yeah, it's possible if you plan ahead well, and as long as you're not just like deuces, good luck. You know what I mean? There's a right way to do it, obviously. But look at the opposite here. Look what's happened. I think when you look at potential end results, it's pretty easy. Margarita, they probably wanted him to babysit his siblings so they could enjoy your vacation. At least responding to that, I didn't get that vibe from them. I think the opposite. They want to keep their baby included and a baby. Your kids growing up is a really hard thing, right? And when you have these sacred family things, and if it comes to a point where eventually your kid is going to be grown up enough to not be able to do all the family sacred things that you want them to do. And that's a painful thought too. So yeah, I'm sure there was some pain and rebellion against that from the parents' side here too. But eventually, like, our kids are going to be grown and they're not going to be able to come do every single thing that we want them to do as a family.
And when they grow up and get to be amazing people and get to do their own thing, like, that we did our jobs.
Yeah.
And they're still our kids, and they can come to us for everything that they need out of life, for anything. But the fact that they can function on their own, like, is the best thing that you can provide for them, because that's our job. That is our job.
That's our one job here.
Like, is to want them to fly the nest, to feel comfortable being alone, because we've equipped them to handle it. And that does not mean that you don't put family first. That means that you are parenting your kids to become human beings, individuals that don't rely on you for everything. And I think when you realize that your kids can do it and they've achieved that success of being on their own and being their own person, like, we've done it and it's fucking amazing.
You're never not going to be terrified as a parent, though.
Absolutely.
Never. Like, I'm sure our parents are still terrified for us every single time.
Absolutely. I just had this conversation with my mom, and she's like, you're always needed as a parent, but those needs become so different. And she's like, and my parents are one's in 70s, one's in 60s, and they're like, it's so different, but to feel needed always as a parent as you go through life has just been like one of their greatest joys. And that's what she told me. And I'm like,
I know your mom is never going to not feel needed because the amount of time you spend on the phone with her per day is.
I haven't talked to her that often since we've been back.
Because we spent
But-
24/7 with them for a week.
But I need my mom so much now because she encouraged me to fly the nest, to do my own life, to live the way that I wanted to live. And now, like, I see how much I need my mom, but I don't think it would have been that way if my mom smothered me.
Yeah. So there's a difference between a guide and
Exactly.
a controller.
Yep. Let's move on. Next story.
All right, here we go.
Next story, please.
Next story, please. All right, here we go. Where are we at on our gift goal here? Caden Thunder, can you tell me? Or Tater Thunder? Or 1481 out of 4K for the bulk goal, which as a reminder, TikTok side will unlock a cake story. YouTube side, we're at 5 out of 15 for a spicy story and confetti. We're easing back into it here. Also, I forget that Tony Spark has a mic now. I'll just throw it to you to jump in with those updates, Tony Spark, between stories. Sound good? All right, I got to get a cam set up for Tony now too, just full face cam. All right, next story here. Am I the astronaut for ordering alcohol on a double date? But just like generally? Am I the astronaut for ordering alcohol on a double date? Tony Spark from the Peanut Gallery with the NTA. I'm going NTA here as well. Can somebody start a poll for us, please? Candy Thunder is not starting a poll for us. Who's on first?
I did it.
NTA for me.
Phone is super fast.
Super fast. NTA is just flying here.
Oh, wow.
The poll is heavily NTA. We got some Ascon 4s here. I mean, look, there are some specific occasions or environments where ordering booze might not be the best idea.
Do you think we'll
But this is a general
Audience vote
statement
for
right
this?
now. It just, by the title alone, am I the astronaut for ordering alcohol on a double date? General. No context around that at all. No.
NTA for me?
Now, if we get into this and it was like, on a double date, OP just did shots all night. Yeah, that probably was not great. Or if the double date was to like, I don't know, a Christmas performance at some kind of church or something. Yeah, like there are some obvious things where it could have gone sideways. You never know. A recovery occasion, Jade. Yeah, like that would have been an example of a time not to do it, right? Well, the other 3 people on the date are pregnant. It's possible. It's possible. Katriana, yeah, if somebody else on the dates was an AA or something, yeah, I mean, that could have been insensitive, yeah. All right, how's our poll looking? We are NTA at 81.25%. All right, we'll roll with that. Title last time, am I the astronaut for ordering alcohol on a double date? My fiance, male 30, and I, female 34, have been dating for 3 years and engaged since October 2024. We hardly ever fight. We live together and have a very solid relationship. My fiance has a best friend whom he doesn't see that often because he lives an hour away. Let's call him Jack. Jack is a very reserved person. He's very sweet and hasn't dated since my fiance and he graduated from college. So for the longest time, he has not had a serious relationship. He met a girl via dating apps a while back, and they started hitting it off. My fiance and I were very happy for him to finally date someone that he likes, but this girl, let's call her Millie, is a recovering alcoholic. Well, there we go. Now we know. Millie had been in a very bad situation from a previous relationship where they were enabling each other. My fiance and I were a little worried about Jack dating Millie since he had recently broken up with her ex. Fiance and I also thought it was good that Jack doesn't drink alcohol. He never liked it. So far, Jack has been very supportive to the point of helping her find a job after she left rehab. The 4 of us went on a couple of double dates, and in both cases, I ended up ordering alcohol, wine, to go with my meal. My fiance was appalled that I ordered alcohol. After the second double date, Jack asked my fiance in private to please not order alcohol when we go out next time. This made me feel upset. I feel like this is something I do not want to stop doing for someone else. I do enjoy grabbing a glass of wine with my food if we're going out to a nice place. I tried to compromise and said that we could do breakfast instead or go to places where alcohol is not served. If Jack feels like Millie cannot be around alcohol, I understand that. She has an addiction, and I can only imagine how difficult it is to live in a world where things are constantly available. But I also feel like he is overstepping and telling me what I can order or cannot order. I asked my fiance, what is going to happen when there's a gathering at our house and alcohol served, or when we plan our wedding? What is Jack going to do then? My fiance got upset because he says I'm being stubborn and I don't want to be empathetic towards his best friend's girl. He basically thinks I'm being an ass for not caring about his friend's feelings. I said, fine, I will not order alcohol next time, but made sure to let him know I am upset that someone else is controlling what I eat or drink. I believe that Jack won't be able to shelter Millie by controlling what other people do. Reddit, please tell me, am I the astronaut? Okay, so they did know ahead of time. They did know before both of these double dates that she is a recovering alcoholic. What do you do there? And I think what OP is experiencing here is the fork in the road, right? It is do I empathize with this person enough to change my behavior for them? And OP does not. OP's fiance or OP's husband, OP's partner does. So you've got people with different votes in that category. Now, on one hand, I look at OP's situation and I'm like, I get it. I mean, it's either you change or she changes, right? Like you change your habits to adhere to her, or she accepts that there's going to be alcohol at the table. Like someone has to change. Who's going to give? But also, if you're at a restaurant that serves wine, your table is not the only table there. It's probably going to be around at the next table or the next table or the next table. So does it, how big of a deal? I think it's more symbolic. It's more symbolic in your supporting her journey if you don't do it and you don't give a shit and you're open about that. Your partner does. So I think at this point it's a conversation to your hubby's bestie where it's like, hey, she's not going to stop doing that. And if your lady can't stand being around it, then I guess we can't go out to eat. We'll find something else to do.
I thought OP's suggestion of going somewhere for breakfast or going somewhere that don't serve alcohol was a good suggestion, but I understand what you're saying. I personally wouldn't order.
I wouldn't either.
I wouldn't because I would be respectful of that person and what they're trying to do. But if I was the person with the recovery, like that recovery is on me.
You wouldn't expect other people to change for you.
Right. I can live an alcohol-free life, but I'm not in an alcohol-free world. And I think it's on me to make sure that I'm handling that and knowing where I can be, what I can do, what I can see. So I think, and I know there's people that don't agree with that, but that's like I said, I would personally not drink around someone that's in recovery. But I also, if I was the person in recovery, would not expect people to not have alcohol around me.
Okay.
So,
and like some people are saying here, like maybe Jack is overthinking it. Jack,
he's probably pretty protective.
I'm sure he is protective, but what does Millie think about it? We don't know. Maybe Jack hasn't even talked to Millie about it, and maybe that needs to be the conversation with Jack for your hubby OP to say, have you talked to Millie about this? Like, does she care? Because if that's the case, is she okay going to this restaurant, period, or this place that has booze?
Right.
Like, what are her feelings and desires about it? Because if this is Jack trying to be a proactive guardian on her behalf, she may not want that. In fact, she may be offended by that if she knew it was happening. Right? Like, I'm a big girl, I can handle myself. I think we need to know how Millie feels about it to really render a true verdict here.
Right. So,
now, we wouldn't, like you said, we wouldn't do the same thing that OP did. I don't necessarily think OP is an asshole for it.
Yeah, I would say my feelings are what I just stated, but I don't think that OP is an asshole for ordering a glass of wine to go with her meal, because I just personally don't think that makes someone an asshole. I think that's a choice, and I think she has that choice to make. But I do think it's like the story needs more info for us to actually say
Agreed.
Who is an asshole and who's not, because we don't know if he's overstepping. We don't know if Millie told her her boyfriend that it makes her uncomfortable. Like there's so many things that we don't know, and to assign a rating to each person makes it.
I feel like it's a 4 for me right now for OP because it's definitely a could have done it differently.
Sure, there you go.
And it's
That
a
works.
couple different ways where you could have done it differently. You could have had this conversation ahead of time. And if it were me and I really wanted a glass of wine with that steak or whatever it was, I probably would have asked Millie at the table before ordering. And
There you
been
go.
like, hey, are you going to be uncomfortable if I order a beverage? And then boom, like there's nothing to discuss.
Right.
Then you know what she thinks. There's just so many question marks here with people putting narratives in other people's mouths, and we need to know how she truly feels. Her feelings are the ones that matter here, that are in question, so find that out. God's Blessed One Woman, member for 5 months, said she has to make the decision for herself not to drink, not police others. Dr. Sweets dropped the 5, said, the way OP made it sound, I wonder if she's had problems in the past with people trying to control her, which is why she's upset. I could be wrong. I mean, it tracks because those things that we have passionate responses about, we're projecting, right? So that very well could be it. Tony Sparks going to punch in with his microphone here.
I just added a comment underneath the story from OP.
Okay, here we go. Comment from OP. I am more upset that the request wasn't something discussed with me, but through my fiance, like Jack saying, let OP know, no alcohol next time. Millie and I never got a chance to talk about it. She seems very shy, and I was nervous to meet her for the first time. I don't feel it was okay to mention what I know about or what I knew about her situation. I must clarify the setting for our introduction was at a fancy restaurant, and I guess that's why things went wrong. I didn't want to act any different than I normally do. I just like to enjoy a nice meal with a drink. The second double date was more of a casual restaurant situation, and I tried to act as normal as I would, and we exchanged pleasantries, but seeing more comments, I understand I was being insensitive. Millie and I have not discussed any personal stuff, and I guess part of me feels like Jack is speaking for her, and I didn't like that. Okay, and that's part of what we were talking about here, too, is that this could just be Jack making decisions on her behalf without her knowledge, and I feel like, OP, you need to talk to Millie.
I also think it's a good time to point out that we all have like those different viewpoints and opinions shaped by how we grew up, you know, how our life, everything brings us to the opinions that we form, where like OP has a different thought, like OP doesn't like the fact that a boyfriend is speaking for this woman. Like all of these things I think counter into how we react to situations. And so I think OP and Millie having a conversation could just nip this in the bud.
Yeah, agreed.
So hopefully that happens and no one turns out to be an asshole.
Agreed. Yeah. Look at that communication could have prevented this in the first place and can solve it really quickly. So I guess that's the common thread for every freaking story that we read.
Right? Communicate. But how you are as a person also determines whether or not you can receive healthy communication or whether you perceive that to be an attack on who you are.
That's true.
So it all just comes down to individuals and who we are.
Right. Yeah.
So hopefully it works out for them.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope they're able to have a discussion and move past that. And then there are separate discussions that need to be had between you and your hubby, OP. And I would communicate those assumptions that you're having about Jack speaking for her as well, and how you oppose that, and that maybe is fuel behind what you're saying here, and let that be known to your hubby here, because that's going to provide him with a deeper level of understanding for your motives as well, and that can't hurt. Right. It can only help to better understand the situation should it ever come up again.
Right.
I'm a recovering sugar addict. Don't you order dessert in my presence.
Sounds like me.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Avoiding sugar at Disney is just something that is impossible. It is. His sugar is in the air. It's like they just pump that shit right into the atmosphere for you so you can breathe it in. It's wild. It is wild. Reading a couple comments here. Angie quit drinking 6 years ago. It's hard to be around people that are drinking. I have to deal. Yep. I think all this situation is more about the approach. Yeah, and people on diets do that all the time. What, go to Disney? That'd be really hard to do. You'd have to I don't know how you'd approach that. Because my goodness, everything there is so good. And just so good. Just so good. That's it. Everything. At Epcot, in the French section. Freaking crepes, man. Crepes are, it's my kryptonite. They're my crepe tonight.
Speaking of recovery.
Oh, man, those crepes are good. So good. So good.
Straight the one with the ice cream was just so good.
Helen, dude, I go to Disney for the massive sugar time, right? Yeah. The Big Mac egg rolls? No, where were those?
Damn it!
All right. We did. There was a McDonald's outside of Magic Kingdom that saved us a couple of times. Where we,
I like had McDonald's twice a year and I had it
I
twice.
know, yeah, yeah. This was McDonald's is a rarity for us, but a couple of times when we got out of one of the Disney parks, we're like, I just need a fucking cheeseburger. Like, don't care. Just need to sit somewhere nearby and have a cheeseburger that isn't $32. So that Disney right outside of Magic Kingdom in Orlando saved us multiple times. And it became, 2 or 3 times we went there? Just two. Two. It was just 2. But of course, Navy had a good time.
It's huge.
It was a good quality McDonald's. It's like mostly the order yourself kiosk kind of things, but plenty of seating, a lot of outdoor seating. It was nice. That's what we did.
That's where we ate outside the Grand
It was
Canyon.
enough of a, we outside the Grand Canyon too. It's like every McDonald's right outside of a landmark is really good for some reason. This McDonald's became a big enough part of our vacation that I took pictures of it before we left for the last time. Like it's going to be in our Disney photo album. All right. A little bit of catch up here before we dive into the next one. Sam Gilmore dropping 980 bolts. Holy hooah. Thank you so much. Brown Eyed Girl dropping the 12 bolts there. Thank you so much. How are we doing on that goal there, mama? We are at almost there. Can you give me a number? We're at 2,900 almost. By the time Candy Thunder gets done tapping. All right, we'll dive into our next story here. Here we go. Am I the astronaut for not honoring my wife's dying wish? Boy, that's a fucking title.
My God.
Would you like to start a poll for this one, or is it really necessary? Am I the astronaut for not honoring my wife's dying wish? Okay, we'll just dive right into this one. Posting from a throwaway account, 6 years ago, my wife passed away after a short illness. The day before she passed away, it seemed as though she may pull through. She said to me, "If I die, you're not allowed to date." I laughed and promised I wouldn't. Both of my daughters were there when she said it. That night, things went horribly downhill, and she was gone by noon the next day. I've spent the last 6 years raising my girls and finally sent my youngest off to college in August. I've been involved in a few support groups for people who have lost spouses for the last few years, and earlier this year, I really connected with a woman who lost her husband around the same time. I was not looking for a relationship, but we have been on a few dates, and I've been trying to keep it concealed, at least in the meantime. We ended up going to a restaurant, and our server was one of my older daughter's friends from high school. She must have called or texted my daughter because last night my daughter called to scream at me and basically told me I was cheating on her mother and I had no right to dishonor her request of me. I am pretty furious that she called me like that, and I had to hang up and told her I would call her in the morning when I've had some time to reflect. Now, all I can think of is how horrible I am for this. I'm 45 years old and I need companionship, but I don't want my daughters to think I'm spitting on their mother's grave. My wife's sister also texted me to tell me that my wife's request was unreasonable and unfair, and that her family is not going to judge me if I move on, and she would talk to my daughter about it. I don't want to ruin my relationship with my kids over this, but I am so damn torn. Am I the astronaut for not honoring her request? All right, before reading the edit, I want to chat about this for a second because
That's really sad.
who would do this to their partner? Like, I understand.
I think we would say this jestfully. Even in that position, we would say this jestfully. I don't think the wife was like. They said they laughed about it. I don't think the wife was being.
OP laughed about it.
Yeah, I don't think this was a serious request. It's like the one where you say, like, if something happens to me and you move on, I'm going to haunt you. Like, it's not a. But I think her kids being at the age.
That wasn't a joke.
My goodness.
Wow.
I think that her kids being there and being the age that they were took that as a serious request, and that it was not more of like that morbid humor that I think couples have. And so I think her kids see it as like an end all be all. There is nothing else. I don't know. I mean, I if something happened to me and after an appropriate amount of time,
What is an appropriate amount of time?
20 years. Just kidding. If something happened to me, I wouldn't want you to be
If
alone.
you hit 100, you can start dating.
I wouldn't want you to be alone. And so I would want you to find happiness again. And
No, if anything,
I think
ever
anything
happened to you, I would find somebody who looked a lot like you, start dressing her in your clothes, and then start gaslighting our kids into believing it was you.
God.
Be like, what are you talking about? She's right here.
So I'm going to go with NTA. I think he did the right thing. He waited till his kids graduated. He waited till they're off to college, and then he went on a couple dates. And I think his daughter calling to scream at him is I think that's too far for me.
Okay, here's where you and I are going to differ a little bit on this, because yeah, I'm being the trauma. Yeah, absolutely. He concealed it, which means
from his kids,
which means he knew it was wrong.
or he knew how they would perceive it.
Okay, but either way, he concealed it because he knew
Okay.
it was a problem.
Yep.
So that is a signal to me that there needed to be some communication instead of concealment, right? If he think about the conversation that you could have had at that point and been like, hey,
Now that you're both adults.
now that you're both adults, I wanted
Yeah.
to talk about this because you were there, I was there, and I'm feeling torn about it, but I want this to be something that we talk about together before I start making decisions. I want your input. I value your input here, and I value our relationship. So here's where it's at. I've connected with somebody at a support group that I've been going to for a long time in dealing with the grief of your mother who lost her. Like, if you had given the context that you gave us at the beginning of this, instead of them finding out that you were on a date with someone, I feel like you would have had a much better chance at a positive outcome here. But because you concealed it from them, which tells me that you knew it was wrong or knew it would be perceived not in the best
Yeah.
light, then you accepted the risk of this happening. So I'm gonna go with a 3. You should have done it differently.
I'm NTA for me because at the end of the day, and his kids said, no, we don't want you to date. That is completely unfair. It
is unfair. That
your
shouldn't
kids
have happened.
cannot. No, but I mean, if you have that conversation with your kids and they're still like, we don't want you dating. I mean, what are you going to do at
Okay,
that point? Because
well-
you're going to date whether or not you get there. The framing of that conversation would have to be like, I'm
This is
telling
happening.
you
Yeah.
this
Yeah,
because I respect our relationship, but this is happening. And I think obviously no timeline on grief. But he felt after 6 years that he was ready. That is like his personal choice. And
Yeah,
as
agreed. They
as a
don't have
child, like
control
as a
over him.
parent, yeah. Like I feel like that's crossing some boundaries. And since at this point they're all adults.
That's fair. I wouldn't like not giving them control of the situation is
Yes.
fair. I still believe there should have been a conversation. Well, put it this way. I believe there should have been a conversation if you wanted that relationship to remain intact without being damaged.
Yes.
And
But-
maybe it would have anyway, but the best shot you had of avoiding that contact was having that conversation.
Let's read the edit and see what happens.
Okay. Here is the edit. Wow, thank you all for the comments. I want to clear up that when she said it, I did take it as a joke, and I thought and I think she was joking as well. The issue, as pointed out by a few, is that my kids were present and took it seriously. They were 14 and 12 at the time. She had been hospitalized with severe pneumonia and had been on oxygen for 2 days. All signs were pointing to a full recovery, and it was during this time that she made the statement. None of us expected her to go downhill so quickly overnight. There is an update here too. Before that, one quick question. What is it called? There's like that moment of clarity that people have right before things go. The surge? Yeah. Maybe it was a surge like moment, that moment of clarity. Update. I called my daughter this morning and asked her if I can come to her campus for breakfast with her. She goes to a school an hour away, so it is not a bad drive. Apparently my sister-in-law did talk to her last night and told her she was being irrational and unfair and that I deserved to be happy. My younger daughter, who goes to school several hours away, also told my older daughter it isn't a big deal and I'm allowed to live my life. Okay, so it's just one of the daughters. We had breakfast and walked around her campus for a few hours. We talked about her mom and how much we all loved her and miss her. We had some laughs and cries, and I told her I would never try to replace her mother, and anyone I date would have to get along with my girls. She's still upset, which I acknowledged, but she agrees it's unreasonable to expect me to go the rest of my life alone. She apologized for her reaction and genuinely felt bad that she acted that way. I suggested we go to therapy together to work out some of this, but she's really busy at school, so she wouldn't be able to until winter break. I feel like I left with her understanding and really hope that she won't hold this against me. I was not even looking for a relationship, especially at a support group. We met in March, went on our first date in July, and I've only been on 3 more since. We have not even been intimate, so I'm not exactly sure where it's going. I appreciate all the responses and advice from everyone. Okay. So it worked out well. I still think if that conversation that he had walking around the campus for a few hours, reminiscing about mom and talking about where to go in life, I feel like if that was had before instead of after, maybe you'd be in a better place. Maybe not.
This poor baby just misses her mama.
Yep.
Like, what a hard age to lose your mom, 14 and 12. Like, she just misses her mom, and to hear that her dad's going out, like, it was an irrational response, but it's driven by grief. So
Sure.
No assholes in this story for me.
Okay.
I'm gonna cry.
Don't.
I'm emotional.
Just don't.
I don't know. It just makes me sad.
No, I get it.
But I'm glad.
I don't think he's an
that they
asshole
worked
for dating
it out.
somebody. I think he could have done this differently, or maybe should
Sure.
have done this differently, just communication wise.
But
What's up, Tony Spark?
But they worked it out.
I would like to say there is an asshole in this story. It's the waitress who decided to butt in a thing and text a friend and say, "Hey, your dad's out with some woman at a restaurant,"
Which is really weird.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
think
weird thing to
So
do.
I would say that there's the asshole in this entire story.
Dad is out with this skank. Click.
Because think about it this
Right
way:
now,
if
at
the
my
dad's
table.
only been on a couple of dates with her, maybe he wasn't necessarily concealing it from her. Maybe he wanted to see
if it was
this
going
was going to
anywhere.
be something, if it was that, and then have a conversation with them. And this waitress, the friend of this girl, took that away from him and
is
caused this
garbage.
entire thing to start.
Yeah.
That is
True.
garbage.
Ask Con one, girl.
That bitch. And I bet he still gave her a decent tip.
Oh.
Good gravy.
Well, I'm really to me, the fact that he drove the next day to see his daughter and talk to her, like, that's a good dad. That's a good parent.
Agreed.
And I'm glad that they have him, and I'm glad that they worked it out. So
Agreed. Yeah, and it all got to where it needed to in the end.
Yes.
And maybe if OP had the communication ahead of time, like I'm saying he should have, maybe it wouldn't have been what it is now. You know what I mean? Which seems like a pretty positive spot. So maybe this is the only way it could have played out. This
Live
is like
it,
a
you
Doctor
live in.
Strange one way moment.
it's a live and learn.
Good gravy.
Snitches get stitches. Kim, that's great.
You go in there and you chuck that blooming onion all over her, okay?
Good gravy. All right, a little bit of a musical interlude while we move on here. Our bulk goal, I'm just stealing your phone here, is at 3887 out of 4K. By golly, we are almost there. And as a reminder, with that, we will be unlocking a cake story TikTok side. YouTube, we're still working on a spicy story in confetti. We're at 6 of 15 on the Super Chat goal there.
And the spicy story is one that we are excited for you to read.
The spicy story available on YouTube.
Yeah, because it's kind of a wild story. It's kind of a wild story, and we're it's gonna be good.
That's a wild story. What is going on here? Are you abandoning me? Are you leaving me in my time of need? Kate and Thunder's going to take the spot of Candy Thunder here. Candy Thunder's going to go get Navy Thunder, and she'll be back with her, and Navy will be joining us shortly on stream here. Sarah Rosala is dropping the hundo, Bolt there, Doroshko with the 51, Caitlin dropping the 7 there, Joyce with the 23, thank you so much, greatly appreciate it. Did that get us there? Awesome, we're there, we got a cake story to read after this. Merci beaucoup. Yeah, there you go. We'll introduce you to the Candy, now being played by Caden Thunder, role shortly here. In the number 1 spot for hitting the bulk goal on the TikTok side, Sam Goofballs at 980, all in one fell swoop too. Adventures with Pam at 319 in the number 2 spot, J-Puff 415 at 291 in the number 3 spot. Top 3, you guys are awesome, thank you. Sarah Barracuda, Sabrina Janine, Lavishingly, Elizabeth, Joycey Brown, A.K. Mary, Alexia Marie, Froggy, Elise Kutch, Pug Mom, Anna Hartman, Doroshko, Candy Thunder, Ducky Mama, Ann Horrockson, Sherry Medic, Ms. Missy, Thrillers Mutt Mommy, Violet Green, Emmy Castro, Blue Tinkerbell, Paula Hogan, Shadow Wolf, Berlioz, CU2, Tony Spark, Brown Eyed Girl, Mariah Collins, Cindy Lou, Sarlitin, Terry57, Christian Museum Girl, Bridget, Caitlin Pelletier Art, Anna Hansen, Fancy Dino Penguin, Jessica Chestnut, Jessica K. Chestnut, Niner Girl, Zoe C, Jerry Lee Go Forth, Because You Asked, and Diana C. Anthony. Thank you guys so much for the love. Greatly appreciate that. There's phone back. We'll have another one set up here shortly. Elise dropping the 5 said, ugh, fine. Fine, Tony, I'll buy another super. Melting face emoji. She wants the spicy. What's up, Maddie? And Cake the Rogue, what's up? Meeting was good. Excellent. Just spit all over my arm. That happened. Lizubeth. Oh, okay. Lizabeth. I'll work on that. I will do what I can. I'm sorry. I'm going to mess it up 100 more times. Here we go, ladies and gents. Candy Thunder. Now played by Caden Thunder. Here. The mic should be pointed here. She always ends up on like the far edge of frame somehow. There he is.
Hello.
There he is. Darian dropped the 5 on the YouTube side. My 7-year-old son fell asleep the other night watching the Imperfect Storms episode. And no, I was not even in the room. That's hilarious. Thank you for introducing him. That's awesome. So, Caden Thunder, when you want to jump in, you press that little button there, and then your mic's hot.
Hello.
There he be.
I'm Caden.
Painted D dropping the 35. Thank you so
Candy.
much.
I'm Candy.
You're
Maybe not.
Candy.
Candy.
This is me having a conversation with a.
This is too much effort. Let's just make a new one. I'm Nathan.
Destiny B202 dropping the 5 on the YouTube side. They're going to do it. Sahasrala dropping a 5. Unrelated, but I want the spicy story. My husband now quotes Moira with me after watching you. LOL. Yes! I love it. And I'll do it randomly all the time throughout the house. Samantha Door dropping the 5. I got to add my contribution for the unlock. Elise dropping the 5. Still waiting for my cookies, Tony. Didn't even send them for my birthday after using your dad voice with me on my day.
Wow.
Raised eyebrow. Ooh. Jenny.
First off, I didn't use the dad voice. Okay, I kind of did. She was. I shared the teaser for the premiere of Thunder and Spark last week. Which thank you to the Thunder and Spark 7 that were there. And she said that she wasn't able to watch or she's doing something, and I was like, it's okay because it was her birthday, and I was like, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed.
That's the dad voice. Yeah.
And then next thing you know, in the YouTube chat, there's Elise for the rest of the Thunder and Sparks. It was effective.
It was effective. It worked. And worked. It's perfect. Hey, Crystal, Aunt Sue, thank you so much for the love. Greatly appreciate the finger hearts over there. We are finger heart focused now, TikTok side, for a double mother-in-law story and a Tony Spark appearance.
Focus on them fingers.
2 mother-in-law stories? It's not like 2 mother-in-laws in one story. No, it's a double mother-in-law story. It's a double header. It's a double mother-in-law, double blue header.
Double blue header.
I don't think.
Watch out, Avatar.
That does not work. Watch out, Avatar. No, off the rails quickly here. All right, we have unlocked a cake story, so we'll dive into that. I'm going to go ahead and punch that button as we switch. Hey, we hit the YouTube goal here, too? Look at you. Tina Allen dropping the 5. And McKay, you guys are awesome. You've unlocked it. You've unlocked the spicy story, cake story, and now we'll start focusing on the other stories. YouTube, I'm going to set a new goal for you here. A goal of 15 Super Chats, 2 and up. Lowering it to 2 and up here for a shirt change and an AMA. Okay, spicy story. We'll wait till Candy Thunder's return. Heard. Your husky is watching Obscure? Nice. There you go. Radiant Decay, if Candy was there, the look you would have gotten with the double blue header. I'm sure I'll still get that look. I'm probably getting that look right now. I just don't know it yet. It's her honking. Okay, we'll dive into the cake story. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for one of these. Cake story time. Yummy. This one is, am I the astronaut for yelling at my sister for cutting into my fake wedding cake? Would you like to start a poll for us, Tony Spark? Poll is started. Am I the astronaut for yelling at my sister for cutting into my fake wedding cake? There are parentheses around fake which is sus, which means it's not fake, but sister might have called it fake. How about OP? I don't think you're the astronaut for yelling at your sister for cutting into any kind of cake that's yours. You say my wedding cake. It's your cake. Why is somebody randomly cutting into your shit? NTA. NTA for me. It was a trap and she fell for it. Well, Mandy, this is how we're able to read stories. So
The results are in.
the results are in.
Leading the way, NTA with 80%. Then you have to go all the way down to ESH at 8%. ASCON 2 at 5%.
Wow. So
ASCON 3 at 4.5%.
So NTA.
ASCON 2 at 2%.
yeah, so NTA.
Pretty much
There we
NTA.
go. NTA. All right. Elise, Caden is morphing into his final dusty form. He's got to get the gray streaks in the beard going on. It'll take a minute. All right. Am I the astronaut for yelling at my sister for cutting into my fake wedding cake? So I, 28 female, got married last month. We did the whole shebang. Church, reception, dinner, dancing, open bar, etc. My husband and I aren't big cake people, but my mom insisted on the tradition of a tiered wedding cake. Those things are expensive, and since I already knew most of my friends and family preferred cookies and pies, we decided to compromise. We ordered a small real cake for the ceremonial cutting, and so people could have a slice if they wanted, and then had a gorgeous 3-tier foam display cake decorated by the same bakery to sit on the table for photos. The dessert table was filled with brownies, cheesecake bites, and cookies and pies for everyone else. Here's where the drama comes in. My younger sister, 25 female, got absolutely hammered at the reception. At some point in the night, she got in her head that we were being stingy by not cutting the big display cake. She marched over, grabbed a butter knife, and stabbed into the foam. Now, if you've never seen one of those things, once you cut into them, the illusion is gone. She hacked the side like she was in a horror movie. Guests were watching, people were whispering, and one of the photographers even caught the moment. So yes, it's immortalized. I yelled at her, probably louder than I should have, and told her to stop embarrassing herself and me. She started crying that I humiliated her in front of everyone and stormed off. The next day, my parents said I shouldn't have snapped and should have just laughed it off because it's a funny story now, but I spent money on that display and she literally ruined it halfway through the reception. So, am I the astronaut for getting mad at my sister for destroying my fake cake? Edited to add, the kicker is that now she's telling people I only pretended to have a wedding cake because we're cheap. And I've had 3 relatives messaging me asking why I didn't at least spring for a real cake. This bitch. What do you think, Caden Thunder?
Did she try the foam cake?
Well, like, did she try a bite of it? Is that what you mean?
Yes.
I'm guessing not. It sounds like she
need all the information.
She just went, ree, 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 ree. No, it sounds like that's all she was doing.
Like the horror sounds.
Yeah, but like what you do it the first time, you're like, okay.
Michael Myers.
I shouldn't do that again. But yeah, she hacked into it several times. So what the hell is that about?
But what was there proper signage that it was a fake display cake? How is she to know?
Okay, I think we have to preface this with I have the same question. Like, how would people know not to do that? But normally, a guest, even a family member, wouldn't just start cutting into the big wedding cake,
That's
right?
true.
Normally, and if there were other things around, yeah. But I think there's some kind of responsibility to let people know that, like, hey, don't mess with this. It's just aesthetic.
Surely there had to have been some sort of formal communication that this is not a cake to be eaten.
But we have to remember that she was hammered.
That's true. She had that silly juice in her system.
So she wouldn't have honored any kind of signage that was there anyway, right? Maybe wouldn't have. Like you're an adult, act like one. Agreed. Yeah. No. And
True.
Look at this point. Whether it was a real cake or a decoration, it doesn't matter. Like she, as a guest, doesn't have the authority to just start slicing into things. She decided for herself, admittedly, that you were being stingy by not cutting into the real big cake and dove into it and did it herself. So she crossed a line that she knew existed then anyway. She just crossed it because she was hammered. Now she's pissed off because she got embarrassed. You didn't humiliate her. She humiliated herself. You called her out on it. Now you say probably louder than you should have. But look, was she going to stop if you didn't bark at her?
You know, and also it seems like either way she did it with an evil deep inside her heart, because had she, I mean, let me put the train back on the tracks here. She intended to cause you pain, I think, because in her head she was like, this is stingy to not cut this cake. So what I'm trying to say in a Caden way is that she would still be the astronaut if she had cut a real cake that nobody else had cut, because clearly there's a reason that it's not being cut, and she cut it, and it was not cake, it was foam, which was unfortunate, and that's why the story's written.
Indeed.
So I think, you know,
Yeah, I do. I know exactly what you mean.
this is what happens when I'm up here instead of Candy.
It's an NTA. You barked at her. That was the only way to get her to stop. Now, of course, she went out and grabbed narrative control as soon as she could and spun this into, you were too cheap to get a real cake. You had a real cake. It was a smaller one. And then you had a bunch of other shit that people were actually going to eat. So sister did that to cover up the fact that she was hammered and embarrassed herself and then got in trouble in front of everybody, right? That's all this is about. That's all the narrative control is about. So really, I mean, no, it's NTA. The people who are now messaging you and are like, oh, why didn't you just have a real cake? Unfortunately, you're going to have to be like, we did. She's trying to create a distraction from the fact that she got sloppy and embarrassed herself in front of everybody.
I also think it's extremely rude to message and be like, why didn't you have a real cake?
Yeah, I don't know.
Why was it fake?
Maybe it was because your wedding gift was stingy, Paul.
Yeah, Paul.
Yeah, Paul.
I didn't want a bowling ball.
I did not know that fake wedding cakes were a thing,
I
but
didn't know
my
that
stepbrother had a fake wedding cake at his wedding. It was like the bottom tier had like a portion of it that was actual real cake that they cut into and ate out of this big 3-tier cake. And then once that was done, the waiters brought out pre-sliced cake from the back, and it was a whole thing. I didn't know it was a thing either.
I did not know that
It was
a
a
thing
fully
either.
decorated, looked like this big fancy wedding cake, and it was just a portion of them that they cut out for themselves, like the bottom part. Yeah.
I could bake fake cake. I could do that.
I can bake fake cake. There you go. I didn't know. I didn't know.
So
but,
what?
Now we know.
What ASCON? What ASCON scale rating would you give this person?
Well, it's OP is NTA for me.
OP is NTA.
Making the official determination. OP officially NTA. Now we're talking about sis for for Michael Myersing the cake.
Yes.
And then for running to grab narrative control to distract from the fact that she got sloppy and embarrassed herself.
Yes. 'Cause she also probably, you know,
She's a 2. She's definitely
two?
shouldn't have
A
done it. Creeping into 1, depending on how far she takes this whole narrative control thing. It's a 2 for me right now. Where would you put her?
I think I would put her at a 2 as well. I think that makes sense to me. That makes sense. She sounds like a 2. You know, she's not like a horrible person, but it's just one horrible person.
She
just
sounds
one.
like a 2.
Yeah. Ironically, the ASCON 2 is only one horrible, but ASCON 1 is 2 horribles.
There you go. There you go.
So,
Everyone knows nobody touches the cake but the bride and groom. Larissa, yeah. Like, unless someone else is ordained to be able to handle that, right? Hey, Sahasrara, love. Dan, thanks so much for the love there. Greatly appreciate the finger hearts. We are moving forward on the goal for the next double mother-in-law story, which is 2 mother-in-law stories, and a Tony Spark appearance. So you have Tony and 2 mother-in-laws. It's wild. 1,200 away. Arcanite, love the fake cake idea. I should have done that. So much cake wasted. Like, we didn't get a big wedding cake. We had a tasty, which still looked good, wedding cake. Joyce Brown, Caden up there looking like a young Chris Evans. Look at that.
thank you so much for calling me Chris Evans. Look like that. That's not true at all, but you know, I appreciate that. And later tonight when I'm brushing my teeth for the second time today, I'm going to be thinking about how someone said that I kind of looked like Chris Evans. Actually, it'll probably be the next few months to years that I'll be thinking about that. So, you know, you never know the things you're going to say and where they're going to go in my head.
He's going to start showing up dressing like Captain America every day, y'all.
Halloween costume.
There you go.
Yeah. Or, you know, I really like,
You could be Johnny Storm.
I could be Johnny Storm.
The
I
Human
already have the
Torch.
name.
You know, from the first Fantastic Four that he was Johnny Storm in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's dive into our next story here, ladies and gents. Good gravy. All right, I still have to wait for Candy Thunder's return to get into the spicy story, so I am diving into story number 4. Is that correct, Mr. Producer? All right, here we go. Will I be the astronaut if I hid my girlfriend's contact lenses again? Shall we do a poll, or is this just nonsense that we need to just dive right into? Okay, we'll do a poll. Will I be the astronaut if I hid my girlfriend's contact lenses again? Yeah. Why would you do that? Why for you do that? Why would you intentionally hide someone's contact lenses again? The kink guy, Sweet Bean, is that a thing? Wait, what? Urban Insanity, yeah. Why would you do it twice? The again part of this is super concerning. This is doubling down. Why for? How's our poll doing, Tony Smart? 13 seconds left between ESH and Black Hole, Dizzy Blue Eyes. Somewhere there. Like, why? This is an IDFK for me right now. Yeah, you are. Based on title alone, it's a pretty fucking terrible thing to do, hiding somebody's contact lenses.
The results are in. 49% ASCON 1, 27% ASCON 2, and then, as Candy Thunder would say, a smattering between ASCON 3, and there is a 4.5% for Black Hole. So.
Okay. All right. Let's dive in and see where we're actually at. I, 24 male, live with my girlfriend, Lena, 23 female. She's doing her master's right now, which means she has classes most mornings and early afternoons, usually 8 to 1 or 2. And then she works from home most evenings, like 5 to 9. I also work from home full time, so I see her routine every day. The thing is, her eyes are constantly suffering. She wears contacts to class, and by the time she comes home, they've made her eyes super red and irritated. And then when she switches to her glasses, they calm down, but the second she has a video call in the evening, she takes the glasses off because she feels self-conscious in them. Within half an hour, her eyes are itchy and irritated again, and sometimes she ends up with migraines from looking at the screen without glasses. So she also gets allergies a lot. So she wakes up with watery eyes. She insists on it because she doesn't like how she looks in the glasses. She refuses to leave the house with her glasses on. For the record, she's gorgeous, glasses or not. She's the prettiest girl. I don't think she realizes how bad it is, like she thinks itchy eyes are normal. I'm honestly worried she'll scratch a cornea. She has eye drops that help, but normally I have to really bully her into using them because they leave a bad taste in her mouth. On Friday, her eyes were already itchy, but she didn't have any evening calls, so they settled down. That night we had dinner plans, and while she was rushing to get ready, her eyes were itchy from the eyeliner she uses, and I know the second she put her contacts in, it would get worse, so I hid them. She grabbed her glasses before we left, but didn't put them on while we were out, apart from to read the menu. I know it was sneaky, but I swear it was in her best interest. Her eyes need a break, and I feel like if I don't intervene, she'll just keep hurting herself. Will I be the astronaut if I did this again? Like, not every week, but like on the occasion when her eyes are really bad? I'm not really sure what else I can do to help her. Yeah, OP's trying to help. But it is her choice whether to put them on or not, right? Caden Thunder, thoughts here? I mean, you're wearing your glasses right now.
I am.
They're actually Candy Thunder's. You need to press it down. There you go.
Now I'm on.
Now you're on.
Now I'm live.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those are Candy Thunder's Dahmer glasses. But they work on you, man. They
Do
work.
they?
Yeah.
I just put them on because they were over here.
Aren't
Aren't these the chick glasses?
They might be the chick glasses. If a young Chris Evans had played the role of Jeffrey Dahmer, like that's
Or Chit.
there you go.
Yeah.
Yes, or Chit.
Yeah.
Speaking of Chit, I don't think we're done with that Chit wig.
Oh, no,
And
of
we
course
might have
not.
something in store for it here soon.
Halloween's just around the corner. It's just a hop and a skip down the street past the bakery.
Okay, so chat, thoughts here. Like, if your partner continues to do something that causes them harm, do you trick them into not doing that thing that causes them harm? She needs to do something about it. There's options LASIK, for example. He didn't even talk to her, Gomez says. She may be suffering from dry eye. Are you suffering from dry, itchy eyes? I could do this commercial right now.
Are you suffering from eyes that are dry and maybe they itch? Dry, watery.
I'm not sure. Contacts may be dirty. Well, it sounds like she has just very, very, very sensitive eyes because when she tries to put makeup on,
Yeah.
she has
Maybe she's got an allergy.
she has very sensitive eyes.
And allergic. Allergic to the game.
So all the time, Vera says. Like, okay, so
Allergic conjunctivitis.
I don't know. I feel like being married. Like there are occasions where you have to make your partner's life easier.
Yeah.
Sometimes through trickery. Like I almost think it's one of the charges we receive as being a married partner or as a spouse that yeah. Sometimes you're going to have to do things in your partner's best interest that they are too stubborn to do for themselves. And Candy Thunder would tell you this. She would agree with this because she has to do things for me a lot that I'm too stubborn to do on my own. So is this okay? Is it an asshole move or is it okay? Maybe that's one of those well-intended assholes.
It is a
kind of way.
well-intended thing.
An asshole with a purpose.
There's no butthole behind the purpose of what you're doing. It comes from a place of beautiful intentions.
Yeah,
and divine. Like
I do
goodness.
feel like I do agree there needs to be some conversation
But
here.
yes, I think communication would be very helpful in this situation, and I think that step one is definitely communication. Nothing can happen if you don't know what's happening.
There you go. I do think that if you do it again without communicating about it at all, you definitely would be the asshole. Probably what you should do at this point is come clean about the first time and point out how much better her eyes did that night, and how she woke up the next morning without the kind of watery eye. I picture this as like a human Jupiter.
It's a good idea.
Yeah. And Jupiter, she'll get the black goop.
Goopy.
Like, yeah. But it has to be her choice. You can't continue to do this. It's not gonna be healthy. It's gonna cause problems. Like, I understand it's in her best interest, but there has to be a conversation about it. And like I said, for a married couple, you get into a position sometimes where you have to do some things for the best interest of your partner. But like Candy Thunder would tell me about it right after she did it. You know what I mean?
I think
that communication part is necessary.
It's in the best interest now to tell her, communicate your findings, do the scientific method, and this is the next step. You can't just keep being sneaky about it because that just builds secrets. They'll weigh heavy on your heart and maybe destroy your relationship.
If you did it again, I think danger in your relationship is right around the cornea.
The cornea. And the oh wait, I get it. Like an eyeball. That was a hoot.
That was a hoot. Oh. All right, we'll dive into our next one here. I do see Tater Thunder and Baby Thunder
thank goodness.
have pulled up.
I'm sinking.
Let me get a musical interlude here. Caden is delayed today. Boo, beyond. Come on. That was the dad joke of the century. Caden Thunder, thank you so much for stepping in for Candy Thunder while she was out. Thank you. There she be. There's Tater with 9 cups, a big bag, and where's Navy? Where's Navy? She's not ready yet. She's hiding. I hope she comes out of her shell enough to tell you how she says, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I hope you're able to hear that today. Hi, baby girl. How was school? Good. The Bogus Shocker Mom, I see what you did there. I made it even better. There we go. All right, story number 5, or do I start on spicy? Tater, are you ready for the spicy story? In just a second. Navy's parking the car. There you go. Kelly and Caden not catching that joke at first made it even funnier. Smooth execution, but garbage. Boo. All right, spicy story then. She's coming. All right, so we're gonna dive into the spicy story, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do it. Meanwhile, we're still working on the second goal on the YouTube side. TikTok side, where are our figure hearts at, Tony Spark? 2K or 3K? We are 67.7% there. Okay, here we go, ladies and gents.
Spicy story time.
Here we go. It is spicy story time. This one is from True Off My Chest and is titled, I found my fiance's stepmom Reddit and she hates my daughters. That sucks. No poll needed for this one. I'm using a throwaway account, but my soon-to-be ex will probably see this. She is chronically online, either the step-parent sub or stepmom groups, where she makes fun of my kids. Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Her skids, the name she has for my kids, she calls them skids, and I are staying with my ex and her husband for a few days so she can move out. I, 34 MTF, married young in the Navy and had kids early. We didn't last, but we both have a good co-parenting relationship and will always be friends. Early on, I promised myself that I wouldn't make my kids feel like they were being pulled between homes and that their partners had new families. They have a great mom, a stepdad who's a cool guy, and a dad who loves them, and a person I thought was a stepmom who loved them. I met this woman on Reddit on a local sub in 2020, and we hit it off. Her son is 11 and calls me dad since his dad passed away as a toddler. We met on a local subway looking for ways to connect with other parents during lockdown. Our relationship bloomed, and we have been living together since 2023. She called my girls, 13 and 10, her bonus kids and told me that she was blessed to have them. At least this was to my face. Weeks ago, I saw some alerts on her tablet about daughters being surrogate girlfriends to single dads. I snooped and found her secondary Reddit account. According to her, my daughters are flaunting their bodies and being inappropriate by hugging me or kissing me on the cheek before they leave. She is misogynistic with a special hatred for single moms. She tells users on the step-parent sub that kids always want their parents together, and single moms will use this to get the dads back. I made a Reddit account just to reply to her and ask why she hates these girls so much. She just said, "You must be a single mom, LOL," and reported me to the mods. I got screenshots and proof that it was her. She even made posts about how great I am with her son, but she can't bring herself to like my kids because they remind her of my ex. She calls my girls brats, pigs, and says that she cringes whenever the oldest one uses baby talk. My oldest has a severe speech impediment. She is in treatment for it, but her stepmom and friends tell her to just walk away and ignore my daughter. She just lied and told me she has a migraine whenever my oldest is over. She complains about child support, even though it's no problem, says that she will lay down the law about talking to their mom without her supervision once we're married, not happening anymore, will not let me spend our money on the girls without her approval, and they have to be out at 18. Her behavior is not like this, and she's lied to my face about them. She has not worked since we moved in after she was laid off. I guess her Reddit account, where she blames my kids for her problems, is a better use of her time than getting a part-time job. I am mourning the relationship that I thought I had. I told her I wanted her out by the second week of October. I was honest about finding her online activities, and she had been telling me that she doesn't mean it and that she just got caught up in the community. Of course, she didn't have an answer when I told her that I interacted with her. She told me that I'm breaking her son's heart and reminded me how she supported me through my transition, even though I lost friends and family. I'd rather be a good parent than a partner to this woman. Kate, enjoy your life and don't date a parent if you hate that they have kids. There's an update. Before we get into that, so the trick that she called single moms out, who she has a special hatred for, they believe parents should be together, and they will use that. They will use that to manipulate the situation to get them back with the dad. That's exactly what she was just trying to do. She was trying to guilt him about how the son was going to be brokenhearted. Like, she did the exact thing that she projects all this hatred toward. I don't.
That's the thing though with people that act like this. It only applies to other people, never to them. Like the hypocrisy of the whole situation. It's like, oh well, if it's about me, then it's not that. But if it's about other people, then yes. She's a special kind of fucked up, and he's right. If you can't handle sharing whatever would she call it, the spotlight with kids, don't fucking date people that have kids. Like, don't subject children to this because you are insecure and can't handle that he devotes time to his children or that they devote time to their children. Like, do not date someone if you can't fucking handle it. And this shit just like, you are like, she was going to do all this and then change once they got married.
That's what she says.
She was gonna, and I don't care if you're caught up in the community or whatever, but you don't put that shit online and you don't call them pigs and brats and disgusting and make fun of kids who have speech impediments. Those are things you do not do. And you definitely don't take that shit online and talk about them because that festers negative thoughts in your brain, whether you believe it or you're just part of it or not. You are adding that into your mind. You are allowing the hatred to seep in. And there's no place in a parent's life for someone who treats their kids like this.
No, and also, OP, you could never know which version of her is the real her.
Right?
You could
She
never
probably
know.
doesn't even fucking know. Unhinged
No,
bitch.
maybe not. But look at it this way. Like, no version of her in this situation is good.
No.
Either she, got caught up in this and it's not how she really feels, but she still spewed that venom out into the world, so she's an asshole. Or she's been lying to your face this whole time to manipulate you to get what she wants, and then after marriage was really going to manipulate you even further, which is even worse. So
The step parent, I've been on this subreddit and it is full of toxicity. And I know there is bad relationships with step parents. I know that exes make it impossible, but that particular subreddit, and I've been there because of this, what we do, not because of us, but it's fucking toxic. It's toxic, in my opinion. I don't know if people are finding help there. I don't know, but it feels like a breeding ground for toxicity. And to find your fiance, to find your partner on that fucking thing, saying the things that they're saying, that's it. There is no second chance. There is no do-over. Get the fuck out of my life.
Yep. That's an unforgivable.
Misery loves company. Yeah, exactly. If you're looking for negativity and you're looking for this shit as a step parent, you can fucking find it. You can make up all the things in your head that you want to make up and make it seem like a child who kisses their father on the cheek is wrong. If you want to look for that and you dive, someone will mirror your thoughts on that subreddit. And it's disgusting. There's nothing wrong with a daughter kissing her dad on the cheek and hugging him goodbye. Not a single fucking thing.
Trying to turn it into something is just looking for problems. She's looking for problems.
See you next Tuesday, babe.
Yeah. Gross. Gross.
Okay, let's read the
bless one
update.
woman, she let the mask slip too early. Her bad. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for the super, by the way. Okay, here's the update.
100%.
This is an update to what went down, and I've mourned the relationship I thought I had. Well, my last post got deleted by the mods, and I cannot access the throwaway. Someone found her account and some of the posts she made where she called my daughters surrogate girlfriends, called them skids, and made jokes about single moms, despite her being a widower with a young son. I found her account, now gone, after she called all stepmothers cuck queens, and said all stepdads are cucks.
Oh my gosh.
Her entire identity online was making fun of my daughters and saying that she was going to set rules once they were married. I stayed with my ex and her husband so that my kids could go hang out with their siblings. My ex-wife and I are good friends and have a great co-parenting relationship. We spoke and she said that my ex always gave her a bad feeling and that she couldn't put her finger on it since she was always kind to my kid's face. Oh, I bet she has feelings about this. Those are her kids too, right? This bitch has been shaming online. I spent an entire night reading her posts where she called them names and said that she was going to make rules they would have to follow if they wanted to live under her roof. In my own home, I I own my home. She hasn't worked in years. She called them products of a failed family and completely dehumanized them in her echo chamber. After I confronted her with screenshots, she made excuses and claimed that she really loved them, but everything about her disgusts me. She tried to guilt trip me and even attempted to involve her parents, but they apologized after I sent her dad the screenshots. Ooh.
Oh, shit.
I told them I didn't have to apologize for a grown woman's behavior. She was too distraught to get her own things and had her elderly father do all of it. She's been gone for days. I've told a few of her friends what happened after they reached out. She lied and tried to make herself the victim, of course, but our mutual friends who know the truth cut her off. I don't feel bad for her. What she said about my daughters was horrendous, and I'm glad I ended the relationship before she ruined the one I have with my kids. Her posts on that sub were disgusting, and she tried blaming her friends she met there for poisoning her mind, her words. I read through all of her posts, and I feel disgusted with myself for being with a woman like that. If you hate the fact that your partner has kids, it's not the relationship for you. If you call your stepkids names and are jealous of them for existing, you're a terrible human. I don't think I will date for a long time. I imagine this scared you out of that, Opie.
Right.
We were supposed to have a civil ceremony on Halloween, and I once imagined a future with the person I thought she was. I have friends and a good support system, while her online personality was exposed. Most of our mutual friends cut her off, and she said I chose my brats over her when she sent me a text saying she was being bullied because of me.
No.
The bullying was just people telling her that she was in the wrong. There isn't a big villain speech or dramatic turnaround. I guess I should be thankful for a sub that's showing for that sub for showing me what kind of person she really was before she illegally became their stepmom. I'd rather be a good parent than the partner she wants me to be.
Oh, look, she was being bullied because of her actions that led people not to like her. That's not bullying, babe.
Wow.
That's the consequences.
No accountability.
They're knocking at your fucking door.
Ever. Ever. How
Right.
could you go online, say all that shit, get exposed for it, and then pretend to be the victim in any way, shape, or form?
Even your parents are like, no.
Yeah.
No.
Parents are like, I'm surprised the elderly father still came and got all of her shit
Right?
after what she did. I've been like, hell no.
How
No.
would-
Maleficent, you do it yourself.
It's so crazy to me
wasn't that bad.
because she has her own child. And she expected this OP to
That poor
love
kid.
her
That
child.
poor kid.
But she couldn't do the same for OP. That makes I can't even. That's just so it's just weird. I don't even understand it. It's just, and also they were supposed to get married on Halloween, like literally right under the dodging the bullet, like Matrix style. Because
Bullet time.
yeah, this was crazy to be that close to walking down the aisle to someone and then to find out who they truly are. I'm so glad that OP found that out and that they did everything necessary to protect their kids. But her poor son, like that's his bio mom.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, I agree. I said Maleficent. I'm like, no, she wasn't that bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe
Wonder
evil stepmother
Woman.
from Cinderella. That maybe is closest. Maybe. I don't know. That's wild.
Yeah. I'm so glad that OP did not give this woman another chance because she definitely does not deserve it.
Yeah.
And I hope, I don't see it happening, but I hope accountability is in her future.
Elise, I feel she feels superior because her husband passed and didn't get divorced. Yeah,
That's-
she does because she hates single moms. But
Yeah, that's a good point, and it's so weird.
let's just hope that she can. Let's hope this is enough pain for her to have a reality check and change her shitty ways. Right?
Well, I'm sure-
that's all we can hope for.
And I think OP, take the time to grieve the relationship you thought that you had, even though this person didn't turn out to be who you thought they were. You still are grieving the relationship and the life that you were supposed to
How long
have,
were
the
they
son
together?
that you were supposed to have
Yeah.
since COVID. It said during lockdown is what they talked about in the beginning.
Yep. Okay.
And they've been living together for 2 years.
I'd offer to adopt the kid,
Oh,
but then
she'll weaponize that
yeah,
kid
but then
so
it would
fast.
you can't.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, no matter how much you love this kid, you can't
Yeah,
because of the risk that you accept doing it.
it's wild.
Man, gross. Just gross. Just grody, grody,
Need a
gross.
shower.
Okay, OP's obviously NTA, but we got to do this officially for her because wow. She has found the step-parent subreddit, and there it is. Good gravy. Mother Gothel. Perhaps. Because she was awfully two-faced. Yeah. Candy Thunder dropping 21 bolts or finger hearts there. Thank you so much, Tater. Rock Wolf dropping the 10 finger hearts there too. We are well on our way. It looks like we are. I don't know. Oh no, we're at 2616 out of 3K on the finger heart goal right now. Am I on regularly scheduled stories here? My producer has abandoned me, so I don't know. Okay. I'll dive to story number 5. No, wait. Let me double check. Spicy story, cake story. Yeah, okay. Once we hit the finger heart goal, we'll have the double mother-in-law stories and the Tony Spark appearance. So we're still going on that. Cap Girl, Candy Thunder dropping more there. Jasmine with the Go Popular. Thanks so much. Cap Girl dropping more. Thank you. Greatly appreciate the love there. Let me double check. Double checking, and then we'll dive into our next regularly scheduled story while we continue to work on that goal here. 2693 of 3K. Yep, we're about 300 away. All right, here we go. What? Oh. It's a baby. Oh, hey, monkey. How are you? Camera's right there. Right there. Are you ready to say eeny, meeny, miny, mo? What? No, you're not ready for it? It's the cutest darn thing, y'all. Eeny, meeny, miny, emo. Passerby emo. Is that what it is? Emo. Passerby emo. Can you do it? No. I did it. Now I need you to do it. Okay. You want to sit with mommy? Yep. All right. Hug attack. And look, see, here's the perfect place for it.
You want to say eeny, meeny, miny, mo?
No.
Okay, that's
No.
okay. You don't have to.
Not want to.
Tell them hi. Then you can tell them bye, and you can go back and play your colors.
No, you want to stay up here?
Yeah, I want to stay with you guys.
Okay. You can stay with us. I will try to watch my mouth. Okay, we'll dive into our next story here. I'm on story number 5. Is that correct, Tony Spark? Oh, we just hit the finger heart goal? Okay. Well, we'll give some love for that, and then we'll dive into the double mother-in-law reward story instead of the regularly scheduled story. Story number 5 there. All right, in the number 1 spot for hitting the finger heart goal, we got Sam Goofballs again at 7K. Holy cow. Sam Goofball swinging hard there. Overkill Mill at 1.3K. Laura Little at 1.2K. Our top 3 all 1K and up. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for the love. Mela Oso in the number 4 spot. Melcy Jane, Adventures with Pam. Aeon Phoenix, or Eon Phoenix, right? Sabrina Janine, Froggy. Candy Thunder, not Candy Sweet. Alexia Marie. Rock Wolf, Cab Girl, Doroshko, Amy Castro, Aunt Sue, Joycey Brown, Lauren Michelle, Berlioz, Daisy Desserts, Cheshie, Callie Knight, C. Nails, Sarcastic Photographer, Molns, or Monies, Tony Spark, Bryn, Mary Dugan, Anna Hansen, Just Sean, 81, Stiniuff, Carrie T, Jiminy Cricket's Grand, Hydro Derp, Real Lucy Long Life, Trinity Leanne Morris, Candy Koala, Mama J.S. Todd, Radar Speed, Dreamcatcher, Christian Museum Girl, Luna Rose, Henrietta Nilsine, and I am Bindi Luhu. Thank you guys so much for the love. A lot of new names on there. Thank you guys for being here. Greatly appreciate it. Beyond dropping the 5 on the YouTube side says, my baby says your baby is cute. You settled in there? Settled in there to your comfy position? Yep. Okay. We'll let you be comfy there. All right. So now we dive into to double mother-in-law reward story land. How do you want me to approach this, Tony Spark? You want to do story, Tony Spark appearance, story? Okay. So we'll sandwich you in between 2 mother-in-laws. Is this going to be a Tony Spark sandwich with the mother-in-laws of the bread? What? Maybe your twin. You think you look like mommy? Yeah, we did. Yeah, we've got both mini-me's. All right, here we go. Here's the first mother-in-law story. This one is from Just Know Mother-in-Law and is titled, My Mother-in-Law Scheduled a Family Photo Shoot for the Day We Come Home from the Hospital. Great. Great. Would you like me on the sitz bath in the photo? I'll do it. I'll do it. I need to know if I'm the just no here, but my husband thinks I'm overreacting. I'm 38 weeks pregnant with our first baby. We just got the final confirmation that we're being induced next Tuesday if baby doesn't come before then. We told our immediate families, including my mother-in-law, with strict instructions that we want no visitors at the hospital and at least 2 days alone at home to settle in. Tonight, my mother-in-law sends a group text with a link to a Sunset Glow family photo shoot she had booked and paid for Thursday evening. We are expected to be discharged from the hospital Thursday afternoon. She wrote, So excited to capture our family's new beginning. I've already bought matching outfits for everyone.
Oh. No.
I lost it. I will have just gone through labor, likely be exhausted and sore. My newborn will be less than 48 hours old, and she expects me to go to a photo shoot in matching outfits with her. My husband said, She's just excited. It's a nice gesture. We could probably just go for an hour. I told him absolutely not. This is a massive boundary stomp. She was told no immediate visitors, and her response is to schedule a mandatory stressful photo op for our literal first evening home. He says I'm being ungrateful for the gift.
It's not a gift.
Am I crazy? This feels like a power play to me to insert herself as the matriarch of this new family from minute one. I'm about to email the photographer to cancel it myself. And there's a point for discussion.
It's not a gift. That's not a gift. Sounds like a fucking sentence.
Wait. Why?
Coming home from the hospital, like, ugh.
Is there a certain amount of
No.
time? Is there a certain amount of time that goes by where mothers forget what childbirth was like?
No, because this woman just doesn't care. Because, like she says, this to me is a power play.
Okay, so if she hasn't forgotten, she knows and remembers all too well what it feels like to push a watermelon out of her vajayjay, and expects and just wants OP to endure that and a photo shoot at the same time, then she's double the bizzo.
It's the freaking exhaustion. Like, it's all of it.
It's not even
the
that?
whole. It's all of it. Like, it's just every single freaking piece of it. And when you finally like get out of the hospital and you come home, the last thing you want to do is fucking smile in an organized outfit
First
photo shoot.
evening home, which means that OP would have to like shower and get the hair did up and do all the makeup-y
and
things.
all you want to do is snuggle your baby.
Like, you don't want to do that for the first week that you're home.
No, I mean, I just want baby here,
Yeah.
here. Like, that's it. No, I would not. You can be like, hubby, you can go. Baby and I will stay here. We're not going to be a part of this fucking photo extravaganza. You can Photoshop us in 2 months.
You could photo fuck off.
Yeah.
That ain't happening. Like, there's no...
You get no sleep in the fucking hospital. Like, none.
Is the biggest red flag in this story mother-in-law or OP's hubby? Because
Both.
OP saying she's being ungrateful for it.
Cut from the
saying,
same fucking
we could
cloth.
just go for an hour or so. I'm sorry. Like, hold on. This isn't just about you allowing mommy to manipulate you. This is about you failing as a father day one.
In the words of Rachel Green, no uterus, no opinion. Like, all of it, all that you're fucking feeling, no. Unless mother giving birth specifically says, schedule a photo shoot for this day, you don't schedule a fucking photo shoot on a woman who just gave birth.
Agreed.
You just don't do it.
But they don't give a shit about
It's
that.
an unspoken rule.
Neither of them, which is problematic, but what will they give a shit about? I think you're going to have to make it clear to your hubby here, OP, all the reasons why that is dangerous for your brand new baby. Maybe something paternal will kick in and he'll be like, oh shit, yeah, we can't do that because the baby, like, you're fucking fine, whatever. I mean, your bottom, your South Pole is inflated, but I don't care about that. Like, the baby is very susceptible in its early, raw, gooey days. So maybe take that angle and maybe he'll listen to that. You still have to fight these battles later on, but mother-in-law and he do not give a shit what you're going through.
I don't-
So maybe make it about the baby.
Why they just? I can't imagine not caring about like your wife,
I can't either.
especially like this is their first baby.
And I
Like,
agree that no should be enough. I agree that should be enough. But and yeah, like don't fucking go. Just don't go.
I just can't even in my head. I'm like, a woman who's clearly given birth because it's her son. Who the fuck would do this to a new mom? Like, I can't even like.
It's just
You bring them-
disrespectful.
you bring
it's,
them food.
It's beyond controlling. It's beyond
Do you know-
just aloof. Like this is hateful.
Your mom brought like chicken and noodles and mashed potatoes in crock pots, plugged them in, like spent 20 minutes holding Navy for the first time, and then was like, we're going to get out of your hair so that you guys can relax. And was like the best gift that she could have ever given us. One, because she is an amazing cook. And two, because we came home to a fucking home cooked meal and a mother-in-law who cared about us, like cared about our well-being and cared about the baby and getting rest. And I can't imagine your mom ever being like, I'm just going to schedule a photo shoot.
Yeah.
Put your best on.
Yeah. I understand the baby's still going to be a little red at that point. We talked to the photographer, and she's going to fix that in post. Okay, it'll be fine. At least Drop of the Five said, "Who says they'll even be released from the hospital?" Yeah, this is before
Truth.
all of that, and they're assuming like a very trouble-free, easy, like a
Sometimes
pop and drop birth. Going
if she's
on
being
here.
induced, like you have no, I mean, mine were really fast, but like
Yeah.
sometimes I know that they can take days.
Yeah, but that Pitocin's unpredictable too, right? Because it will. It
You have
was
no
slow.
idea.
It was slow in the beginning for us, and then all of a sudden, like within an hour, there's a baby coming out. So like,
Yeah.
it's very unpredictable. Pop and drop. Yeah, it's a pop and drop. It's like an express birthing center.
That was me.
You know, like the oil change places you can drive through. Like you just stay in your car and it's like 10 minutes and blah blah blah. They're like that, but like for birthing,
That's how I give birth.
pop and drop. And they have the same.
It's very fast.
Maybe they need to use the same kind of buildings. They like get under your car and like. Oh, there it is. There it is. I'm going to go ahead and bring Tony Spark up now. I think it's a good time to bring Tony Spark up because I have to pee. So, ladies and gentlemen, here he be.
The one, the only, the Kansas City Chief hat wearing, but also wearing the coral shirt that still shows off what's left from the summer tan, Tony Spark. Ladies and gentlemen, Tony Spark.
You got him. You got him.
It was like a.
Hello, people. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing today on this fine Wednesday? That's right, Callie. Don't forget to follow at Tony Spark _. I did post a video last night for those of you who haven't seen it. Have you seen it yet? It's a shame. It's a shame.
I'm gonna make a new app that's of TikTok and we Rick the Rock.
I'm good, Alex. Just hanging out. Another nice sunny day outside. Nice and warm. What photographer would agree to this? Yeah, I would assume that the photographer may not know that it's oh hey, they're supposed to be home from the the hospital here any minute, so they should be here. That's weird. That's crazy. There's some wild mother-in-laws out there. It's raining and cloudy in California. It's not raining here. It did rain last week, like all week. Like most of the week. Beautiful day, a little breezy. It's really nice outside. I'm enjoying that it's not like getting cold fall weather yet. It's still nice and warm. What's everybody doing this weekend? We got big weekend plans? Anybody got big weekend plans? It's cold and sunny. I'm just glad it's not cold. Camping. Oh my gosh, Astrid, you're right. I can't believe it. Astrid's weekend plans are pretty cemented as listening to Taylor Swift. It's also our weekend plans. Ooh, Elise, are you going? That's exciting. That's like bucket list. Like I want to go so bad. Me and my buddies talk about it every time. Every time when we are having a good old time at the races and drinking a lot of bush lattes, we say, man, we need to go to Talladega. True, Danny. True. Nice, Michelle. We're going Sunday to see it. Elise, that's so awesome. I want to go. I'm jealous. I'm insanely jealous of that. Maybe one day we'll make it to Talladega. I can't guarantee that we'll survive the trip. That's our worry, that if we go, we won't make it back. Because somehow we barely survive Kansas. But
You barely survived making it back, or like the time there?
no, like the time there. Because Talladega is like the infinite, like, peak of NASCAR partying. It's Talladega.
Liz, you just encountered a kangaroo
What?
jumping down the road at your local train station. He was late.
I hate when that happens.
Yeah.
Happens
late,
here
he's
all the
late.
time.
For a very important day. The Australian version of Alice in Wonderland.
Oh, well, happy early birthday, Gabriella.
Happy early birthday! Oh, there's a video of it, Lils. Yeah. Apple picking. Jen, that sounds fun.
It does. I like a good apple. I like a good. What's your favorite kind of apple?
Well, the Cosmic crisp ones at Sam's Club, I gotta say, are damn good.
I feel like that's a good QOD. What's your favorite kind of apple?
Favorite kind of apple?
I'm a Granny Smith guy.
Nice.
Here's the thing with apples. I need them to be like tart, but I want them to be crispy. Like I need the crunch when I bite into it. I don't like them when they're like not.
The mushy ones?
Yeah, when they're not crispy and you just bite into it and it's just.
Yeah.
That's the way to go.
Yeah. The Red Delicious are pretty good, but sometimes they can be a little soft.
I didn't even know there was that many different kinds of apples, to be honest. I always thought there were like red apples and green apples.
Pink ladies, yeah, pink ladies.
I didn't know that there were. The Honeycrisp apples are pretty good too.
Yep.
But a good crispy Granny Smith apple, so good. Especially you get a little caramel with it.
Oh yeah.
A little caramel dip with it. However, I don't like a caramel apple, but I like to dip.
I like
it's too much caramel to
the fruit cream, the like fruit cream dip. That is like
Oh yeah.
it's not custardy.
I really like the.
How would you explain the fruit dip? Yeah. It's yogurty kind of. Oh, it's like dirt cake filling.
No wonder why you like it.
It's like pudding and cream cheese.
Pudding and cream cheese, and yes,
You know, super healthy for the fruit.
Not like caramel's any better.
I know.
You're freaking
But the caramel, the
bathing
best.
your apple in
I
caramel.
know. But the best caramel is the caramel that's in like the little thing from the Walmart thing.
The fruit dip, yeah.
But no. But it's like, it doesn't have it's inside the party tray. Of it. And there's no like brand or label. For some reason, that caramel is the best caramel.
So like you're the guy in Walmart just like cutting holes in the tops of all the party trays and taking out the little.
No, you buy the party tray. You buy the party
caramel.
tray because it has all the apples in it, and then you eat the caramel.
Gotcha.
I say caramel. I don't say caramel.
Beyond dropping the two, humbly requesting a Jupiter update pick in VIP, I have one for you. I have one for you. Almost every day I get a picture of Jupiter sleeping on Candy Thunder's face. So I'll share my most recent one with you.
I was also around Jupiter really for the first time since she was in office, and that cat makes weird noises.
Yes.
That cat makes some odd noises.
Yes. She snorts at you like a pig.
She does kind of snort. It was weird.
Oh, yeah, that's the one. I'll share it in VIP, but it's
Okay, folks, we've got one last story for you. It's a mother-in-law story. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you go follow @TonySpark_ and like and share my most recent video and comment. Because, it's my one every couple month post. So,
gotta make it happen.
yeah. Mother-in-law story number 2 coming up.
Mother-in-law number 2. There we go. I did hear, I've heard it more since we got back from vacation, but I hear Candy Thunder say to Jupiter, be like, "Cat, no." and then not push her away. Just let her continue to just crawl over her face. Yeah. So Candy Thunder says no, and then this happened last night where you were trying to sit down and just get a breather for a second because you were feeling nauseous, and the cat's like, "Oh, are you sitting down? Does that mean it's cushion time for me?" And you're like, "Cat, no," and I'm like, "You have to actually like redirect her, or she will just press on. Like she doesn't know boundaries unless they're physically barriered." And I'm like, so just and Candy Thunder stops me from redirecting the cat, and is like, "No, just let her." It's like, as long as you sit down, it's fine. The number of times I heard that, as long as you sit down, it's fine. Just lets her continue to do what she wants to do, which is why she sleeps on your face and not mine.
Well, someone's got to be Snow White in our house.
Yeah, it's definitely you.
I know. I enjoy it. I like the animals to like want to lay on me.
Yes, I know. I try to be the Prince Charming of the house, and I try to walk around singing, but people just tell me to stop, and they say that it hurts their ears. So I don't.
That was one time.
It was
But Navy
not
asked
one
you to
time.
stop.
It was not one time. Navy and her mother are one. Like, that guitar hurts my ears. Stop.
Well, it's
Daddy, don't sing that. Daddy, don't sing that.
It's overwhelming.
I made up a song.
It's overstimulating. I mean,
Made up a song while we were going, like, getting Navy Thunder ready for bed last night. If I can remember it, I'll record it. We'll make it a thing. And then I told her we were going to make a recording of the way she says, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, which is emo, possum by emo.
yeah. And I'm like, I don't even
Got a
know
couple
where she
songs
got
that
it.
works.
Because I use the word eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by his toe. Somebody taught her possum by his toe. So it's emo, possum by toe. And I'm like, where did you get this? And who said possum?
I don't know either.
So do you guys say possum or tiger? I don't know.
Possum, who says tiger?
And then we're going to read one more mother-in-law stories. So
Well, we got to know. We got to know.
Like who? I've said tiger for.
or I say tiger. Always said tiger.
Yeah.
Possum. Somebody. I don't know who told her possum.
Good gravy. Okay, we'll dive into the story here. There we go. Tiger. Like, what are the possum has to be a very backwoody thing here. I don't know where it came from. All right, here we go. Mother-in-law versus the thermostat. My mother-in-law has this habit of coming over to our house and immediately messing with the thermostat. Doesn't matter if it's summer or winter, she'll march in, announce it's either too hot or too cold, and crank it to whatever she wants. I've caught her doing it dozens of times, even after we've politely asked her to stop. One winter, she came over for dinner and within 10 minutes said, "It's freezing in here. No wonder the baby's always fussy." Then she walked right over and set the thermostat from 70 to 78. 78! My husband was in the other room, so it was just me giving her the "really?" face. That night after she left, I decided I had had enough. I went online and bought one of those clear locking thermostat covers like they have in schools. I installed it the next morning. The next time she came over, sure enough, she made a beeline for the thermostat. But this time she stopped dead in her tracks when she saw it behind a little plastic cage with a key lock. She turned around and said, "Are you serious?" I just smiled sweetly and said, "Oh, we had to do it because someone kept changing it." She huffed and muttered the rest of the evening, but she hasn't touched it since. The cherry on top, for her birthday a few weeks ago, I wrapped up a gift bag with, you guessed it, a mini fan and a cozy blanket. She was not amused, but my husband and I laughed about it for days. Bravo! Bravo!
This story makes me so happy.
I think, like, you can password protect your thermostat if it's like one of the Nest thermostats or a smart thermostat too. Like you can have it like a pin code, pin number. All right.
Who turned somebody's
Who calls it
thermostat
pin
to
number?
78?
It's just pin. There's no number afterward. Pin.
If somebody put our thermostat on 78, that person would be banned from our house. You are panned.
You are panned. But also, some people are more extreme with the thermostat than others.
I don't change it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm actually thinking of the car thermostat.
That's my personal
not
thermostat.
the home thermostat.
I can set that to whatever the fuck I want
In the car, it's
I can be
90
extreme.
or 0.
if I want because it's my car.
I mean, other people are in that vehicle with you, yes, but if you ride with me, you roast.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine. It's my my car.
And I agree. Yeah.
I don't get to touch it in your car.
All,
There's a dual control. You can change it to whatever the fuck you want on your side.
all I said was some people are more extreme with it than others. And everybody around me says I keep it too cold all the time, but
does.
I keep it on like 70. Here,
I just dress warmly
here
in
it's
our
set
house.
to like 72, but at home it's 70. Sometimes it's 69 at night, but I don't do that.
Well, sometimes it just sets its own schedule. I like it cooler. To
Sometimes
sleep.
it decides it wants to do its own thing. Yeah, absolutely.
I like it cooler to. Somebody said their mother-in-law sets it to 82. Oh my God. How are you still alive? That feels stifling. Also, it feels expensive, right?
Yeah.
Like to heat a house to that. We do.
She's got to have like an army of house elves underneath the house, like shoveling coal. Some kind of
Dobby.
running a fucking locomotive over here. She's got like the big coal car.
Our heat, we have gas heat and it is like so hot. Like, so
It's very hot.
we keep our house at like 68 in the winter because it just it's so hot.
Needs just a puff of warm air every once in a while. Then we'll recirculate that. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
We,
House 65 period. A lot of people are like that,
Yeah.
Batman. Yeah.
we set it to, normally it stays around 70 and then
Here, hold
I
on.
love it to be freezing cold, but lots of blankets. That's my personal favorite.
So that would be 21 degrees Celsius, 70 degrees Fahrenheit, which is the norm. That would be 21 degrees Celsius.
I love, that should be a QOD. What do you set your thermostat to?
There you go. Michelle, keep your air at 74 and heat at 70 to 72. Damn, that's
See, in my
warm.
parents'
That's
house,
warm.
my parents' house can be 72 to 73 and it feels fine. But our house at 73 feels like there's no air moving.
Yeah, it just feels
It's weird,
suffocating.
yeah.
62, Cake the Rogue at night. 62, because you
You and Tony could.
I like it cold to sleep
could share
too,
a house.
because like it's always too hot for me to use like the heavier blanket. I need like a thin blanket and a sheet, and that's all I can do. And I need my feet to be able to breathe. They can't be trapped. Can't have my feet feeling like they're wearing a straitjacket down there. I do cover my feet at
No,
night.
he untucks
but
our
I
sheet.
need that bottom sheet to not be tucked in because my feet will feel like they're trapped.
And then I can't handle the bottom sheet hanging out of, so like I have to retuck it because then it gets pulled up on like either side and it gets uneven.
So I have to get into bed and I just raise that foot right up all the way and with all
It's
my
like-
strength rip that thing out of.
It's basically marriage, right?
Yeah.
Somebody wants the sheet untucked and somebody wants it tucked in.
6'1", and my feet are right at the end of that thing.
You're fine.
I feel like they're.
That is true. It will cause a foot cramp.
It feels like the bed equivalent to foot binding. You know what I mean? You've seen the results of that. I'd be walking like this if I just, as a 6'1" man, left that sheet tucked in between the mattresses all the time, and my feet were just like this at the end. I'd be walking like, it would be rough.
You're so dramatic.
I am not. I'm
I sometimes
logical.
do. You never sleep in socks, right?
I do not. Bare feet. My feet need to breathe.
It depends
There's
on the
already a
sock.
sheet and a blanket there. I don't
Like-
know.
like a
I have
dry
like sweaty
fitty
feet
sock?
anyway.
No way.
I can't. No, you want like
A normal-
thick fuzzy socks.
No, like a normal cotton, like
For winter, thick fuzzy socks.
ankle sock I could sleep in because they're comfortable.
Hmm.
No, I don't. I can't sleep in thick socks. Those are too much.
Don't forget the fan on high. There you go.
Beyond, that's a little dramatic, Steve.
Hey. You don't know.
Oh.
I wouldn't be able to stand up here and do this live twice a week.
No, I'm like genuinely surprised if I make it through the night in socks because normally I'll like right before I fall asleep I'm like, oh, that's too
I
hot,
can't do it.
so I take them off. But when I wake up and I get out of bed, I'm like, oh, what
I
a
think
surprise!
Maybe I'm part fish and like I have gills in my feet and like they need to breathe. I feel like I'm suffocating if I'm wearing socks in bed. But otherwise I'm wearing shoes. Like I'm not walking around barefoot or you know what I
Can't
mean.
handle walking around bare feet.
Can't do it. I just can't.
So he has house shoes,
I just
literally house shoes, not house shoes, but house tennis shoes.
we got into a weird conversation last night. This is the last thing I'll say. I know we've run long here. But Navy had just gotten out of the bath and she stuck her feet in my face when I came to sit down with her and she's like, smell it. I was like, that smells clean. Look at that. And then she's like, taste it. I'm like, I'm not tasting your feet, child. Like, I'm not doing that. That's gross. It's like feet are like butts on the floor. Like they're butts at the bottom of your legs. That's what the feet are. They're gross. They're like as gross as a butt. Which spun Candy Thunder and I into a long conversation about what you would call feet butts. And
Called them bottom butts.
bottom butts. Yeah. And the best thing I could come up with was feet wallet. So they,
I don't like that. I feel like
feet butts.
bottom butts is cute.
Bottom
But what
butts.
you're calling them is
Not cute.
it's not cute.
No.
It doesn't make it cute.
Not cute. Nope. Sorry.
Like bottoms.
Leg
Like
bottoms.
tops and like bottoms.
Yes, leg tops, leg
I
bottoms.
love
yeah.
it.
Yep.
Our knees are the meat, the sandwich. I can say the word meat without it meaning anything.
I wasn't.
You made a face. Everyone saw it. You're
I
on fucking
make
camera.
lots of faces.
It's been recorded.
I make lots of faces. All right, VIPs, we will see you here shortly as we get set up for that. Let me go to my actual outro here. The next public live is going to be Sunday, October 5th at 9 p.m. Central on TikTok and YouTube. Our weekly Wednesday live will be next Wednesday, the 8th at 3 p.m. Central. Don't forget, YouTube members of the Thunder Crew, we will have a YouTube members exclusive live tomorrow night at 9 p.m. We will see you there. VIPs, we're going to see you here in about 15 minutes. We'll see you guys next time. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.